Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how you can solve a linear system on your calculator. So I'm not going to go into the theory because the only reason I'm showing you how to do this right now is that I want you to be able to solve interesting word problems that require a 3x3 linear system because all the decimals would be very cumbersome with elimination by hand. Okay, so basically what this involves is a matrix, and you have your calculator go through, so there's basically an algorithm called Gauss-Jordan Elimination, and this process is basically, so your calculator is basically doing this process for you with a program that is in it. Alright, so what we do is we start by forming a matrix that goes with our system. It's called the Augmented Matrix. Okay, so we will have 3 rows in our matrix because there are 3 equations. And we will have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Okay, so in the matrix, what goes, the entries are going to be the coefficients of each variable. So in the first column, we should have the coefficients of x in each of the equations. In the second column, we'll have the coefficients of y. Next, the coefficients of z. So all the x, the y's, and the z's should be on one side. If they're not, rewrite your equations so that they are. And then put your equations in order, so then in each equation it goes xyz, xyz, xyz. Okay? And then on the other side of the equal sign should be some constant. It's allowed to be 0, but no variable should be on this side of the equal sign. So then what goes in the last column are going to be these numbers on the other side of the equal sign. Okay? So we're basically, in a way, we're storing each equation in a matrix by telling, in an entry, by telling it what should be the coefficient of the variable that goes with that column. Alright, so the first row is going to be the coefficient of x, the coefficient of y, the coefficient of z, the number on the other side of the equal sign. So it will be 3, 4, negative 1, and 17. Then 5, negative 1, 2, negative 2. Finally 2, negative 3, 7, negative 21. Okay, so this represents a 3 by 4 matrix. Alright, so now we've done all the work that we need to do mathematically ourselves. We're going to have the calculator do the rest. Okay, so again, what your calculator is doing is basically it's the process of elimination that you would be doing by hand in a very systematic way. Alright, so if you actually could do this by hand, and it would be called Gauss-Jordan Elimination. Alright, so in your calculator, you're going to go to the matrix. So press second, then if you hit x negative 1, you get to the matrix. Okay, so again, second, matrix. Alright, we're going to cursor over to edit because we need to enter the matrix. So we'll press edit, enter. Alright, so in ours, we're going to have 3 by 4 systems. So you'll hit 3 if you don't already have it, enter, 4, enter, and then you start entering the coefficients. Okay, so you can see here, so I'd do 3, enter, 4, enter. So just keep going through, entering all the equations, all the entries in your matrix. Alright, so that's the first step, enter your matrix, then quit. We're going to go back to matrix now. Second, matrix. And now we're going to go to math. So now we're about to tell the calculator that we want it to do elimination to solve the system. So if you scroll down to RREF, so that stands for Reduced Row Echelon Form Don't worry about that right now. The name doesn't matter. You're going to learn what that is in pre-calc. But again, what you're doing is you're telling the calculator to do elimination on your system. So you told it what you want it to do, now you tell it the matrix you want it to do it to. So you hit second matrix again, and then you just hit 1, because you're going to tell it to do the row reduction on matrix A. So then you press enter, and then it reads off like this. Okay, so 1 times x equals 1. So x equals 1, y equals 3, z equals -2. So your system solution would be okay, so you don't need to worry about yours looking any differently than this, because this is the most we're going to do, again, just so we can do some interesting word problems that would require a matrix. Okay, so again, once you tell it to do this RREF, it's going to look exactly like this. The one there, x is 1, y is 3, z is -2. Okay, so you just read off x, y, z from that column there.